President Jimmy Carter is surrounded by loved ones and resting under home hospice care. The Carter Center released a statement Saturday afternoon sharing his decision to spend his remaining time at his home in Plains, Georgia, instead of receiving additional medical intervention. John Schierick begins our team coverage in Carter's hometown of Plains. John, you are at Maranatha Baptist Church, where President Carter led Sunday school for years and years. This morning, he himself now the focus of many of those prayers of the congregation.
Christy, as you know, when President Carter taught Sunday school here at Maranatha Baptist Church, the lessons would start promptly at 10 o'clock. The line to get inside would form around the church, and then he and Mrs. Carter would stay for the 11 o'clock service. Today at this service, the people who will be worshiping here, not far from where President Carter is receiving hospice care at home, will no doubt in a way be leading the prayers of people around the world for his comfort now. One of the Carters' final public appearances was here in Plains, their 75th wedding anniversary. Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter celebrating in July 2021. Guests who were here included former President Bill Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, Senator Raphael Warnock, now former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and the Carters' lifelong friends and neighbors here in Plains. At the celebration, Jimmy Carter once again expressed his love for Rosalynn. They met in Plains, they married in Plains, and then they went off together to begin his career in the Navy, a career that was cut short when his father died, and he decided they'd move back to Plains to take over the family's peanut warehouse business. And in the past decades, as Jimmy Carter would travel all over the world as president and then as founder of the Carter Center, he always came back to Plains. He is rooted here. This is his home. He would teach Sunday school at Maranatha Baptist Church as often as he could. He only stopped in 2020 because of the pandemic and the challenges of his health and age. But when he taught, people from around the world would pack inside the small church to listen.
How many of you think if you do a good thing for just one other person, it would make America a better country? Is that complicated? No, it's not difficult.
Mr. Carter's Sunday school lessons would focus on the world and its problems through his eyes and heart of faith and hope, which are no doubt sustaining him and his family and his neighbors here in Plains now. Christy.
John, an unrelenting faith that he shared with so many others. In recent years, the former president's health has been a concern. In 2015, he revealed that he had melanoma and that the skin cancer had spread to his brain. Carter underwent a new form of cancer treatment, and after 3 weeks of this therapy, there were no signs of the cancer on his brain. At the time, he talked about his own mortality.
I didn't go into an attitude of despair or anger or anything like that. I was just completely at ease. As Rosalynn would testify, I think if you have any doubts about my veracity, but I've just been very grateful for that part of it. So I'm ready for anything.
In 2017, Mr. Carter was hospitalized for dehydration while on a habitat build in Canada, and then 2 years later, he had a fall at his home in Plains just before the habitat build. His face was bruised, but of course, his perseverance shone through. He was back at work building a habitat home in Nashville. And then last year, Mr. Carter made 2 appearances of note, both of course down in Plains. One was in August to celebrate his wife Rosalynn's 95th birthday. And then back in September, the couple came out for the 25th annual Peanut Festival Parade. The former president and first lady were driven around Plains in this incredible car, a 1946 Ford Super Deluxe convertible, the same model and year of the Carter's car at the time they were married.